Yeah. You mentioned your vision is to get, more people adopting blockchain. I probably butchered it, but basically.
Yep.
And protocols are a big part of that. That's kind of where you're sitting kind of in the ecosystem. But in order for protocols to get adoption, people need to be building stuff on top of protocols. If you were advising a dev team or a startup team or whatever, and they have an idea for, let's say it's a general purpose type of thing, or like they could choose from one of many different protocols. What are some of the considerations that you would advise them to keep in mind as they're making a decision, like especially if they decide I'm going to go all in on this ecosystem or this protocol? Because that seems like a pretty, we talk about reversible decisions and irreversible decisions. Choosing the wrong protocol and having the protocol itself implode seems like a pretty bad problem. So how would you recommend making decisions around protocol choice?
Yeah, and so what I'd say is each of these different 50 networks we're on has a team of people trying to answer this exact question, which is, why should a developer choose to build on us or to build on someone else? And it's definitely got to be nuanced. And I mentioned we're doing that DAO called Builder DAO. We had to choose which network will this be on. And since here I'll kind of give you how we thought about it. It's a pretty simple framework, but we are trying to onboard a ton of new people into the space. So we want to make that as cheap and frictionless as possible. So we did not build that on Ethereum. We actually did build on Solana because, when we talked to people, we looked at who was using our product and where are the developers coming from. Number 1, Singapore. Number 2, Lagos, Nigeria. And number 3 was Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. And so when we talked to those users and we said, what if we did this on Ethereum? And they said, I can't pay for the gas fees. This is not a welcoming space for me. And so, there's a whole different debate about what is Ethereum for, and maybe it should only be for high value use cases. For us, trying to onboard a ton of people, it didn't make sense to be there. And so that's kind of how we work backwards into something like Solana. The token's on enough places, people can get it now. There's good enough wallets to use it. And, they're having some road bumps and hiccups along the way in scaling, but it's mostly usable. And so that's how we got to where we're at. And so we work backwards from just even a basic UX of can people acquire the token? Yes. Is it prohibitively expensive? We can't do that. And that's how we did it. But Solana has some good things going for it, has some bad things going for it. And so this is how protocols are all competing with each other, especially in sort of the general protocol space, which is, why should I choose this over that? What are the special things you can do for me? Well, you see things people do to lean in, like the Solana has a core team, which they actually are investing pretty heavily in marketing. They're investing in developer experience. They're helping you get going. Some people do that. Some people don't. Ethereum is just a foundation, and they act at a much more removed level. And so there's a ton of, we've only really talked about Ethereum and Solana a lot today, but there's many other ones who are sort of buying for developers. And so that's at least how we thought about it.